The latest home price figures confirm what many of us already know. The Sydney, Melbourne and Canberra markets are going gangbusters. But as the dream of home ownership seems to slip further away, savvy investors are looking a bit out of the square to get a foothold on the property ladder. Angelique Donnellan reports.
Every morning, Rob Cooper checks the housing market. The news is never good.
Well, they've almost doubled in price in the last 5 years or so, and it's just crazy.
Rob wants to buy a home so he can stop paying $800 a week in rent.
I love living in Woolloomooloo. It's a great place. You know, it's so close to the city. I get to walk to work through the Botanical Gardens, 20 minutes, and it has all the, the lifestyle drivers, which I love.
But he can't afford to buy here. So the IT account manager has joined the ranks of the generation dubbed the rentvestors. He's bought a rental property in a market he can afford.
West Croydon's the suburb. It's about 7k away from the city, and it was just under $700,000 for a 3-bedroom house.
No further bidding. It's yours. Congratulations. Well bought indeed.
Adelaide, it's the city of churches. Population 1.3 million. Median house price $455,000.
And this is absolute bargain buying at this sort of money. I hate to think what you pay for this in Sydney. What, you lived in Sydney, what would you pay for this in Sydney, Hedvig?
900.
900, well there you go.
You can get terrific locations, you can buy period homes within 5k's of the Adelaide CBD that's got a beautiful period home on a 600 or 700 square metre land.
Sold to you, madam, congratulations.
Well under $1 million. And if you did the same in Melbourne or Sydney, same position, same house, same land size, you'd be paying definitely double and in some cases triple.
This one in Norwood, what I really like about it is it's just a couple of k's out from the CBD.
Bryce Holdaway is a buyer's agent based in Melbourne. About 18 months ago, he saw an opportunity in Adelaide for his clients. Affordable houses with good rental returns.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome. Feel free to wander through.
The reason we went to Adelaide was the 3 L's, location, land and looks. Being in that early part of the growth cycle, where you could pick something up that seemed ridiculously cheap by Melbourne and Sydney comparison, was really enticing.
There's no official data on how many homes are being snapped up by investors, but according to realestate.com.au, there have been more than 1 million internet searches on South Australian properties from the eastern states in the past 6 months alone. The number of searches from Victoria is up 70%.
The land size is just over 1,000 square metres.
Adelaide real estate agent Mandy Doolan has sold 10 properties to interstate investors this year.
734 says bidder number 4.
The reason that they are interested in the area is because we're only 5 minutes from the city. Literally, you can see it at the end of the street.
The investor interest is a shot in the arm for a state in the economic doldrums. South Australia has the highest unemployment rate in the nation, and in October will lose its local car manufacturing industry.
Look, I think the fact that it's quite obvious that eastern states investors are looking at South Australia and making large financial bets on the fact that they're going to make a profit in the housing market shows us that people are looking to South Australia on the up.
I don't particularly like investors. I don't know what else to say.
Claire Mills sees interstate investors as unwanted competition who could drive up prices, making it harder for her to ever own her own home.
I'm paying $370 a week, which is pretty expensive as it is. To not be able to be given a home loan that would be approximately the same repayments is a bit heartbreaking. Assignments on the first week.
Claire is a single mum and is struggling to get a home loan in the existing market.
Even once I get pre-approval, I'll be looking at probably getting their home loan for about $230,000. I don't know what you're going to find for a family of 4 for $230,000. Yes.
Claire Mills is not alone.
I think a lot of people in Adelaide find their housing unaffordable. It might be lower than in Sydney, but we still have about 14% of South Australian households who are paying more than 30% of their income on housing costs.
It's not only investors causing concern for home buyers, but also the prospect of interest rate rises.
I don't know where I'm going to end up. My goal is still to be in my own home by next year. I'd like to be given a go. I'd just like someone to give me a go.
There we go, you can press it down. All
That's the program for this Tuesday. Thanks for your company. Good night.